Good morning. Happy Saturday to everybody out there. Hopefully Friday treated you well. It's your boy CJ. This is the CJ Curry Show. It's presented by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is making daily fantasy sports easy for you and for me, allowing us to pick anywhere from 2, 3, 4, 5, or even up to 6 of our favorite superstars from our favorite sports. We decide whether or not they're going to go for more or less on their projections, and we went up to 25 times our money. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, get started today. Make your first deposit. Use code Curry. They're going to match you dollar for dollar all the way up to $100. I've left a link down in the description of today's video for you to get started playing some PrizePicks if you're not already. All right. Shout out to everybody who is here with me this morning. We got 74 of you watching on this lovely Saturday morning. As I mentioned, yesterday was a great day for us. Friday was amazing, y'all. Amazing. Those of you who are in my Dub Club, congratulations. That's all I got to say about that. Listen, I posted 16 NBA picks. Of those 16 NBA picks, 15 of the 16 picks ended up as winning picks. 15-1 record yesterday, which brings our running record for the NBA season, picks that I've posted to Patreon, Dub Club members, picks that I've posted to Dub Club members, our running records 34-11 to start the NBA season. That is over a 75% hit rate or win rate, however you would like to say that or phrase that. So yeah, yesterday was absolutely electric. For $20 a month to be a part of the Dub Club community at just 67 cents per day on average, you won all your money back yesterday and then some. I mean, you've probably won almost a year's worth of Dub Club access in just one night. 34-11, guys. Let me show you what we ended up hitting on yesterday. It was crazy. It was hard to believe for even me personally. We took Alec Burks over points, ended up coming through really quick for us. That was a sweat-free play. Jamal Murray under PRA. We had Jones over 2.5 rebounds. We had Brown. Points and rebounds. Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics over his points and rebounds line. Tatum under his original 41 PRA line ended up coming through for us. Tatum under rebounds and assists came through for us. We had Ben Simmons going over his PRA line. That came through for us. Mikal Bridges under points. Mikal Bridges under PRA. Both of those worked out. Pascal Siakam under 5.5 assists ended up working out. Zach LaVine under fantasy score ended up cashing for us. Tyler Herro for more on his rebounds and assists. He went over that. And Jonathan Kuminga over points. That came through for us as well. We also had Cole Anthony going over his PRA line and his teammate Markelle Fultz going under his points and rebounds line. So, total of 16 picks. Of those 16 picks, 15 hit, only one didn't, and it was Marcus Smart for under his points and assists line. So nights like last night, they don't come around very often. I mean, when you post that many picks, to hit at all of them except for one, I mean, is unbelievable. I think I had a total of 6 2-pick power plays that ended up hitting. 6 out of the 8 2-pick power plays that I posted. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity again. Those of you who watch my content, those of you who have still yet to join the Dub Club, look in the live chat. I've just left a link to the Dub Club. You guys can join the Dub Club. It is, like I said, about as free as it gets at $20. I mean, $20 a month. That's one $10 2-pick power play. You have the entire month to hit one $10 2-pick power play to net $20 in profit to cover your Dub Club costs for the entire month. One $10 2-pick power play. I think that's achievable. I think that's doable. I mean, what do you guys think? Those of you who are in the Dub Club and that are joining me here live, I mean, y'all let me know. Is the 67 cents per day worth it? Is the $20 per month worth it in your opinion? Let the people know. Give us some real feedback. Those of you who are Dub Club members. I don't want to be the only one toot my own horn up here, but I think for $20 a month, it's a tremendous value. That's just me though. Chris says yes. Chris RT27 says hell yeah. I mean, I don't know what else I can do for you guys at that price, at $20 per month. I don't know how to give it to you any more value than what I've delivered. Let's also take a look at the winner's circle, man, and run through some of these dubs that we saw last night, because the community, as I said, was absolutely on fire. These are all of the winning slips just from yesterday, winning entries, most of which were found on PrizePicks. A lot of people tagging me and stuff saying thank you, green, 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 all day long. I mean, we could scroll. We're looking to run it back again tonight. I mean, these are all from yesterday, all from last night. Just slip after slip, entry after entry, winning member after winning member. Dub Club paid for itself easily last night, easily. I could keep going. I won't keep going, but you get the gist of it. Everybody ate last night, except for the ones who are not Dub Club members. So get in the Dub Club. Link in the live chat. There's really no reason for you not to be in there. It's going to pay for itself. You guys are going to have basically a free membership, free access to time-saving, winning picks daily sent right to you through Discord. So ain't not much more I can say than that. Kip said last night paid for 3 years of Dub Club. There you go. Kip's 8, man. Kip's absolutely 8. We got a nice medium-sized NBA slate today. I appreciate all the likes already. We've already got 42 likes. There's 100 of you watching. Let's try to get up to 100 likes once again. We got a streak going right now of likes, 100 plus likes on these live streams, these videos. Please. Do me a favor, hit the like button. It's helping the channel grow. As you can see, our subscriber count is now over 10,560 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, get subscribed, smash the like button, and ring that bell, meaning turn those notifications on so that you're alerted anytime I drop a new piece of content, okay? I don't want you guys missing out on anything. With that being said, PrizePicks is doing another one of their discounts today, another discounted situation for us. This time it is going to be Zion Williamson. Xanos is inevitable, they say. For every 1,000 retweets that this post gets, they're going to discount Zion's PRA by 1. New Orleans plays the New York Knicks, I believe it is, today. So you got Zion Williamson versus the New York Knicks. This is going on from 12 o'clock Eastern time to 1 o'clock Eastern time. So we got about 45 more minutes to go run the retweets or reposts up. So this is PrizePicks official account. Head over to Twitter or X. Retweet this like I'm about to do. I want to be part of the movement here. So I'll go ahead and hit the retweet. We're at over 2,700 retweets already. So we need to get these retweets up as much as humanly possible so we get as big of a discount as we can on this Zion Williamson pick. So definitely head over to the PrizePicks Twitter account. Also give me a follow on Twitter if you're not following me, at Curry, that's me, the creator, at Curry the creator. Give me a follow, guys. I appreciate all the support. So let's go ahead and refresh all of our tools, including the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, our bread and butter tool, our go-to tool. We're going to refresh that. We're also going to refresh all of our projection models that we use on a daily basis. We want to make sure that we have all of the latest and greatest when it comes to the projections and the sportsbook lines and all that stuff. We want to make sure we have all the latest intel loaded up here. While we do that, Derek, shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the new subscriber. We're up to 10,570 of you wonderful people subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all that love. Accolades in the building saying wapple dangle, baby. Wapple dangle back to you, accolade, whatever the hell that means. Lucky Luciano says, let's freaking go. Chris says, good morning. Good morning back to you, Chris. Tyrone says, what's up, CJ and the crew? Big day yesterday. Let's do it again. That's right, 34-11 on NBA picks so far in the young NBA season. We've been on a heater. A Saturday edition. That's right, Dave. A Saturday edition. Hillfigure says, remember, don't spend all your coins from yesterday. Yeah, don't spend them all. Use proper bankroll management. This is a long NBA season. We're just getting started, my friends. Just getting started. Mr. Ruiz, good afternoon. What a day yesterday. Definitely getting the dub club. Hit the like and share. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely share the channel, share the live stream, share the show with somebody who plays player props on NBA. Whether it's PrizePicks, whether it's another site, the information shared within this show is beneficial to all, no matter what site you play on. Crave Man says, I am fisting PrizePicks this week. It sounds a little sexual, sounds a little bit explicit. Whatever you do, buddy, in your personal life, we don't need to know about all that. No, congratulations. Hopefully that means you're winning big. RJ's in the building, says, welcome back. You are very welcoming. I appreciate that. Everyday Fantasy, what a night. Absolutely, what a night. Brandon's in the building. Michael's just dropping all kind of stuff. Sorry, Michael. I guess because you're posting too fast, your messages are being deleted by my bot that manages the YouTube comments. But yeah, shout out to everybody that I might have missed. I appreciate everybody being here. All right, we got 118 of you watching. It's time to get cooking, right? It's time to get down to some picks. Let's get the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer pulled up here because we don't take anything, at least I don't take anything, that's not a plus EV play. What does plus EV mean? Well, that's like positive expected value. Basically, what this wonderful tool goes and does for us, it goes out there and it looks at all the different sports books across the industry. It finds the plays that have the highest chances of hitting based on the odds pulled from those sports books. Of course, those of you who have joined me on the channel before, on the shows before, you know that I go to this tool. I lean on this thing heavy, and I think you should too. I think if you're playing on PrizePicks, Underdog, Parlay, Play, Boom Fantasy, Fliff, Hot Streak, Jock Market, Sleeper, Thrive, or Vivid Picks, that this tool should absolutely be in your arsenal. If you want to take it for a spin, guys, use code Curry. Left a link for this down in the description below. Take the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer for a spin for 7 days. This is another tool that will absolutely pay for itself in due time, my friends. So we're going to look at the top optimal plays on the optimizer. Then we're going to go check some different projection models, right? You don't have to do that if you're using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. It works well on its own, but I like to add another layer of research to the process, and I like to look at some projection models. That's just the way I roll. I like looking for projection models that align with, agree with, things that we see here, picks that we see here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And so far, this strategy has typically worked well for me. 34-11 on NBA picks posted to our Dub Club members. I'll keep repeating, I'll keep reiterating the success that we've had using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, using a few different trusted projection models. The numbers speak for themselves, my friends. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do again right here, right now. All right, starting things off. I mean, you can see we got a couple of different picks that are popping here at the top of the optimizer. It's still fairly early in the day. These games don't tip off until 7 o'clock, so you got about 6.5, 7 hours before the NBA schedule or NBA slate actually starts tonight. No afternoon games. Maybe tomorrow we'll start seeing some of those like earlier NBA games, those Sunday afternoon games. But for now, we have to wait all the way until 7 o'clock Eastern time. Got Evan Mobley at the top of the optimizer right now for 10.5 rebounds. About a 54% chance that Mobley goes over that line. You've also see Mobley here at 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. You're also seeing Mobley at 13.5 rebounds and assists. So that's without the points. All of these have about a 53 to 54% chance of hitting. So let's take a peek at Evan Mobley and get an idea if he's projected well today to go over these lines, or maybe he's not projecting so well. Maybe he's good for rebounds, but not so good for points, rebounds, and assists. We'll have to go and take a gander here. Let's refresh some of these tools. The discount today is going to be Zion Williamson, his points, rebounds, and assists. So go to the PrizePicks Twitter account, the X account, whatever you want to call it, and retweet their Zion Williamson post. That's how we are going to be able to discount Zion. For every 1,000 retweets, they're going to discount Zion's PRA prop. Am I excited about Zion? Not exactly. I'm not really like super hyped up about this one. The Jason Tatum one ended up being pretty good for us. Was it last night? His original PRA line went under. The discounted PRA line, he went over that. So you could have like double whammied that, take the over on the discount, and you could have taken the under on the original line, and you would have like double dipped, and that would have been two easy peasy winning plays for you. But anyway, yeah, these discounts have been pretty good for the most part, except for Kevin Durant's points the other night where he was discounted to 22 and only put up 18. Damian Lillard hit. Wembanyama made us sweat, but he hit, and maybe Jason Tatum hit, and then maybe Zion Williamson will hit tonight. So we're 3 out of 4 so far on these NBA discounts that they've fed us. Anyway, let's take a look at some Evan Mobley, because for whatever reason, he is really popping right now. He's really popping on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, so that must mean that he should be a decent play today, right? His rebounds are at 10.5 over on PrizePicks. This is a projection. His projected rebounds are exactly 10.5. Another way to play Mobley was his PRA, also his rebounds and assists. So his PRA is 28.5, rebounds and assists are 13.5. Let's take a look at those real quick. The PRA, he is projected for 29.2, so that is better than 28.5. The rebounds and assists are at 13.3, so that's going to be kind of tight, kind of close. So I guess out of all of these, as far as projections go, the edge would probably be to the PRA. The better projection would be with the PRA. Let's take a look at some other projection models here. We've also got RotoWire at our disposal. We're going to look at various different models like we do typically. Yesterday's 6-pick, we ended up going 4 out of 6 on yesterday's 6-pick that we talked about here live on the show. I do believe Nikola Jokic went under his fantasy score. When we were looking at him, he was at 59 fantasy score. I do think he fell short on his fantasy score. Another one that somebody mentioned in the chat yesterday was Derek White at 17.5 PRA. We looked that one up, and it was projecting really well. Well, Derek White obviously had a huge night last night. So shout out to whoever mentioned that one. Another popular one was Mark Williams of the Hornets at 0.5 dimes. He only needed one. I do believe he did get 1 assist. So a lot of winning plays came out of yesterday's stream. That's like 7 winning picks that I can think of off the top of my head. Tyler Herro's fantasy score, he was just too good yesterday. He went over that. We took the under. And the other one was Asar Thompson, who ended up with exactly 12 points and assists. So we got hooked on that one. Hooked, because his line was 12.5. That 0.5, they call that the hook. And so he fell 1 short, did not shoot the ball very well. But a lot of good picks came from yesterday's show. Just wanted to recap that for you real quick. But Mobley's PRA projection, 29.3 on a line of 28.5. We mentioned the rebounds. Rebounds are projecting for about 10.6. Rebounds and assists, 13.5. So once again, on this projection model, it looks like the one that's really kind of standing out to me would be the PRA of 29.3 on a line of 28.5. So you could take that one as far as projections go. That one looks like the one that is projecting the best for Evan Mobley. The rebounds and assists, just a little too sharp for my liking. Let's take a look at where he's at here on NumberFire. And then for those of you who are joining me for the first time, maybe you've never heard of NumberFire. NumberFire is a free site. You can go check out NumberFire. All you need is a Google account. And NumberFire provides a variety of different projections here. Single stat player prop projections, they got those. And they also have fantasy score projections. It's all right here on NumberFire for free. For the free. Who doesn't like free? Everybody likes free, right? I mean, I got him projected, Evan Mobley, for 30.6 PRA here on NumberFire. So for my money, I think the PRA looks pretty good for Mobley. Out of all the different ways that you could play him. The PRA at 28.5's got a 53.7% chance of going over. So in that case, I mean, that would be the way that I would go. That could be your first play. A worthwhile, worthy option going up against the Indiana Pacers is Evan Mobley. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys. There you go. But yeah, Mobley projecting over 28.5 PRA on 3 different trusted, reputable models. So let's make that the first play. Cool. Fear Shaolin says only 63 likes is crazy. Look, we're up to 65 now, bro. You're behind, but I get what you're saying. There's 157 people watching. Some of y'all are watching. Some of y'all aren't participating. I encourage you to participate. And by participate, I mean, hey, drop a pic in the chat, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed up, make sure you ring that bell so that the notifications tell you when I go live. You know what I'm saying, that type of stuff. All right, what about this play? Nurkic just popped up to the top of the optimizer. He's at 23.5 points and rebounds. Combination of points and rebounds for Nurk. He's been playing pretty well for Phoenix. But they're saying take the under at 54% chance to hit the under at 23.5. Why are they saying take the under? Because at 22.5 points and rebounds on all the sports books, PrizePicks might have them just a little bit too high at 23.5 compared to some of these sports books. So you're paying a premium here. So if you're going out car shopping and the car you're looking at is priced at $10,000 everywhere that you look, but then you head over to your favorite car dealership, let's call that car dealership PrizePicks, and they have that same car at $11,000. You don't want to take the $11,000, right? We want the discount. We want the cheaper price. So PrizePicks coming in a little high on Nurkic at 23.5 points and rebounds. So they're saying take the under because the sports books have them a whole point and rebound lower. So we're getting a little bit of value here on the under. Let's go check some projections out for Nurkic. Anybody got an update for me on the Suns as far as who's in, who's out for Phoenix tonight? In case you haven't heard, Devin Booker has been out last couple of games. Bradley Beal's been out. We haven't seen Beal yet in the regular season, so I don't know if they're both in or both out, or one's out, one's in. Booker's a game time decision, and Bradley Beal's still out. Fantastic. Good to know. I don't know that impacts Nurk too much, but worth noting. Anyway, he's projected for 23.4. Again, we're getting him at 23.5 on PrizePicks, so it's a sharp projection, but it is slightly less than 23.5. Taking a look at some of these other projections for Nurkic, points and rebounds, you're seeing him at 25 here on RotoWire. That puts him over the line. We're thinking about going under, so he's projecting over. That's not really what we want to see. And then last but not least, Numberfire's got him at 23.7. So for me, it's a little bit too sharp of a number, even at 23.5. If this thing does get bumped down to 22.5, I might be a buyer on the over at 22.5. But I could see this line landing at 23 points and rebounds. I could see them kind of splitting the difference, not putting him at 22.5, not putting him up at 23.5 like he is now, but maybe cutting it down the middle and putting him at 23. So that would be the line that I would personally probably put him at myself. But anyway, yeah, Chris Day, if you're thinking about joining Dub Club, I mean, literally, it pays for itself. It paid for itself 10 times over or more last night. Definitely go check it out. I just dropped the link once again to the Dub Club. We're up over 140 units, I believe, year to date. This month, 34 and 11 on NBA picks posted for Dub Club members. So good time to get in. Get in where you fit in. Anthony Edwards, 24.5 points, 54% chance that he scores 25 or more. All right, 54% chance that he scores 25 or more points tonight. Of course, we love some Ant-Man. We know that Ant-Man is a bucket getter and typically a coin respecter. Let's go check out some projections for Anthony Edwards tonight. We're looking for anything up there around like 24. First projection is 23.8. That's a little light on a line of 24.5. He's going up against Miami. We know Miami's got some dogs, some defenders. And so maybe they're thinking that Anthony Edwards is going to struggle a little bit against the likes of Jimmy Butler or, Bam Adebayo or Kyle Lowry, all the different bodies that they have that they could throw at Anthony Edwards. But his first projection is light at 23.8. So the optimizer says take the over, but this projection here is not giving us that vote of confidence that we were hoping for. Second projection for Ant-Man, 22.7 points, putting him under 24.5 once again. So a lot of people seem to be betting the over on Anthony Edwards. but I don't know if I'm sold. I mean, a lot of these projection models have him under 24.5 points. Here's another one, 23.1. So I'm going to stay away from Ant-Man tonight, going up against Miami. It is a plus EV play, but when the projections don't really rock with it, I don't really rock with it. And there's so many different picks that we can go and look at today that I don't think we need to force anything like that in our entry. So let's continue on, shall we? Let's keep it moving. We got Walker Kessler here at 1.5 blocks. I don't take a whole lot of blocks. I don't take a whole lot of blocks and steals, but Walker Kessler is known to be one of the better big shot blockers in the NBA in his second year playing for Utah, going up against Phoenix, like we talked about before. He needs 2 blocks, 53.6% chance based on the odds pulled from the sports book that he does swat at least 2 shots tonight. And he should get a good amount of run because he's going to be matched up against Nurkic, right? So they match up pretty well together. Pretty much anytime Nurkic is on the floor, you should see Kessler on the floor and vice versa. I think they will have to essentially shadow one another. So let's look at some projections for blocks on Walker Kessler. We're hoping that we see some blocks that have him, up there at like 2 or better. And the first projection does not disappoint. First projection's got him at exactly 2 blocked shots tonight. Love that. Second projection for Kessler. Block shots, 1.96. Let's round it up. Let's call it 2. Almost 2, right? So that's 2 blocks on 2 different projection models. And then we'll also just check this third one out. This third projection's got him at 2.5. That's number fire. So they expect him to swat maybe 2 to 3 shots tonight. So I think I like what I'm seeing here on Walker Kessler. Like I said, blocking shots is something that he's known for. It's in his wheelhouse. We're not asking him to be something that he's not. In this case, he's inherently a good shot blocker. So he's projecting to block 2 shots. The odds, the juice pulled from the sports books say, hey, based on the way that the money's coming in on this particular play, we should be thinking about taking the over as well. So we got everything on our side, the projections, the juice, etc. So why buck the system? Why go against the grain? Let's go with it. Walker Kessler to block 2 shots. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. You rocking with that or nah? Let me know. Yesterday we took Pascal Siakam under 5 dimes. Today's at 4.5. Now at 4.5, they've got him going over. A 53.7% chance of Siakam dishing out 5 assists tonight. Let's take a look at Pascal Siakam. 4.5 assists. So we need 5 or better for him to hit the over. Starting things out here, of course, going to Fantasy Labs. That's one of my favorite projection sites out there. He's projecting for 5.3 dimes on Fantasy Labs. If you look here, FanDuel, they've got him at 5.5 assists. But a lot of juice coming in on the under at 5.5. But some pretty good juice coming in on the over at 4.5. So between 4.5 and 5.5 is 5 dimes. We need 5. So Pascal Siakam, first projection. Loving what I'm seeing. I think we can go and check some more projections on him. Here's one, 4.97. Let's call it 5. 2 for 2 thus far on projected overs for Siakam. And then the last projection's got Siakam at 5.5 dimes. Again, he's at 4.5 on PrizePicks. So easy peasy. We don't have to overthink it. We don't have to try to outsmart the system. Let's just roll with the numbers as we always do. Going up against Philadelphia, we'll take Pascal Siakam for more than 4.5 assists. Now, we could stop right here if you want to. What I mean is we don't always have to swing for the fences. We don't always have to try to hit home runs and go for 6-pick flex plays or 5-pick flex plays or 4-pick power plays. We could easily take these 3 picks and make a combination, a couple different variations of 2-pick power plays. You could take Mobley and Kessler as a power play. You could take Kessler and Siakam as a power play. You could take Mobley and Siakam as a power play. You got a lot of different combos here. If you're liking these 3 picks and what we've seen thus far on these 3 options, you can make a couple different 2-pick power plays. I want to remind people, because people seem to forget, that there's more than just a 6-pick option on PrizePicks. But for the sake of this show, this stream, we're going to keep continuing on here and try to find 3 more picks. For those who want a 6 pick, we'll try to put together and assemble a 6 pick for you. Because I know a lot of you guys like the 6 pick flex plays. Infamous Mel says, nah, let's go for the home run. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Last night for me on those 16 picks, the 15 out of the 16 picks that I hit on posted for Dub Club members, I didn't take a 6 pick last night. And I kind of regret not taking at least one 6 pick. Because when you go 15 out of 16, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get 6 picks right. I didn't do it last night. I took the conservative approach. I went 2-pick power play heavy. Ran 8 different 2-pick power play combinations. I did go 6 out of 8 on those, so I did eat. We did make a lot of money, but I live with a little bit of regret today on not being able to capitalize just a little bit more on what was a really hot night, going 15-1 on last night's NBA picks posted to the Dub Club. So play your 6 picks, but we all know, or we should know at this point, that the 2-pick power plays are your bread and butter. Those are your bankroll builders, right? So if your account starts to get a little bit low, you're probably playing a little bit too many 6 picks. You're probably playing a little bit too many 5 picks. So when that bankroll starts to dip a little bit, switch it up. Go back to your bread and butter. Go back to your 2-pick power plays. Start playing more of those. Scale back on the 6 picks if your bankroll is starting to suffer a little bit, and build up with the 2-pick power plays again. That's what I would recommend. 3-pick power play? No, not for me anyway, but you do you. It's your money. Do with it what you would like. But here's what we've got so far. These plays are still looking really good. Siakam over assists look good. Evan Mobley over PRA looked good. And we had Walker Kessler over 1.5 block shots. Here's a new entry, a new contender, we'll call him. Julius Randle's rebounds and assists at 12.5. They're saying take the under here. Randle is on a back-to-back. He is going up against a pretty formidable front court of Jonas Valanciunas, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. I mean, they got a host of different guys in that New Orleans front court that can rebound the basketball. So they're thinking that maybe Julius Randle on a back-to-back under 12.5 rebounds and assists could be the move. 54.1% chance to hit. DB Toys is saying that Siakam is on a minutes restriction. Can anybody vouch for that news? I have not heard that up until this point, but that's big news. Big news. If Siakam is limited in any kind of way, I don't know that we like the 4.5 assists as much. What kind of minutes restriction are we talking? Is it one of those ones where he could only play like 30 minutes? You know how the coaches and NBA media likes to put out those little things. And then they'll say like, this guy could only play 30 minutes, but then he comes out and has like the best game of his life. They said that about LaMelo Ball the other night. Remember, he was at like 8.5 assists, and they bumped him all the way down to 6.5 assists because head coach said, hey, he's only going to play about 30 minutes tonight. Well, LaMelo Ball went well over 6.5 times. So sometimes you take that news with a grain of salt. But yeah, they did play an overtime game last night against Chicago. That game was wild, by the way. DeMar DeRozan had multiple opportunities to put the game away in regulation and couldn't from the free throw line. That was one of the craziest games so far this season. But anyway, Randle under 12.5 rebounds and assists. Let's run it. Let's see if the projection models like Randle to go under today. Here's a first projection for you, 12.1. Again, the line's 12.5. Randle is also on a back-to-back tonight. Randle's rebounds and assists are at 13.1, however, over on RotoWire. So got one under, one over on Randle. Let's see if we can break this tie by checking out NumberFire real quick. NumberFire's got Randle going for 9.2 rebounds plus another 3.6 dimes, putting him at 12.8. For me, I'm going to leave that one alone. I think the projections are just a little too sharp for my taste. Here's another one we haven't looked at. Jakob Poeltl of the Toronto Raptors to block one shot. He's actually a pretty good rim protector, a pretty good shot blocker. For those of you who are familiar with Jakob Poeltl. He can block some shots. Do we take double block shot props in our one entry today? Maybe we take both of these guys. Walker Kessler over 1.5 and Poeltl over 0.5 blocks. Let's check him out. He's got almost a 54% chance of swatting at least one shot today. Again, Raptors are on a back-to-back. Jakob, he is a Raptor. He is projected for 1.2 blocks here on Fantasy Labs. So they're going up against the 76ers today, 1.2. Second projection for Jakob Poeltl, 1.18. Guys, it's looking pretty good here for the Poeltl. For the Poeltl to swat one. And then last but not least, Number Fire's got him at 1.3. Cool. I mean, that's, he passes the vibe check for me. I'll go ahead and throw him in here. And if anything, or if nothing else, he can be a placeholder until we find something juicier. So be careful with Siakam, as we just found out that Siakam could be limited tonight, may not play a full run of minutes. But these four are looking pretty good so far. Four nice ones. Can I ask you why you don't do 3-pick power plays? I think at a 3-pick power play, I think I would rather just go up to a 5-pick flex at that point, to be honest with you, and go for a 10x payout. Or a 4. What doesn't a 4-pick flex pay the same as a 3-pick power? I would just say this: they offer flex plays for a reason, and you should be taking advantage whenever possible. The flex plays will help you stay in the game, guys. When you hit 4 out of 5, that little double up, I know it doesn't seem very rewarding when you do hit the 2x on the 4 out of 5 or the 5 out of 6, but that goes a long way in keeping you out of the deposit line. We don't want to be in the deposit line. We want to be in the withdrawal line, right? Those 3-pick power plays can be brutal. I know I've went on my share of just 2-pick power plays going 1 out of 2. It's the most frustrating thing. So I don't know. I would just say if you take advantage of the flex plays, the insurance, so to speak, that a flex play, the safety net that a flex play allows you, you're going to last longer on PrizePicks. So 5-pick flexes, 6-pick flexes. Hell, I've even been known to take some 3-pick flexes, but the only way that I take a 3-pick flex is if I have 2 to 3 picks that have push or tie potential. Why is that? Well, if 2 of the picks end up hitting, 1 of the picks end up tying, it's now a 2-pick power play, and you get the sneaky backdoor 3x payout. So if you play a 3-pick flex, 2 picks hit, 1 ties, it's like a 3x payout. It's like a 2-pick power play. Or you also have the option of maybe 2 out of the 3 picks hit. You still get a little bit of money back. You still profit 1.5x, I think it is. Now, if all 3 picks hit in a 3-pick flex, obviously it's only a 2.25x payout, but you're still doing more than double your money on. So I don't know. That's one strategy that I've used in the past. A 3-pick flex with 2 to 3 picks that could potentially tie or push. You get the safety of a flex play with some upside of it turning into a 2-pick power play. So that's something to kind of think about. Put that on your radar. Holy smokes, over 200 people watching. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Appreciate everybody being here. Absolutely hit that like button, man. Thank you for everybody showing up. I guess maybe on a Saturday afternoon, there's more of you available. More of you are able to sit down for a minute and watch. So appreciate you all definitely being here. Over 200 is crazy, though. It's been a while since we've had over 200 concurrent viewers here on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Robert, hey man, if you've got 2 or 3 picks, throw them in with the 4 picks that we've already got on the board. Then you got yourself a 6-pick, brother. I mean, you've got the optimizer right here. Take something off of this. I mean, if you're in a hurry, I understand stuff does bump, stuff does move, but if you're in a rush, brother, maybe you should, just take what you like and bounce. What else we got here? Scotty Barnes rebounds and assists. Again, Raptors on a back-to-back. I don't know if Barnes is going to be impacted by that or not. He's at 11.5 rebounds and assists. 11.5 rebounds and assists. They're saying take the over, almost a 54% chance for him to collect 12 rebounds, and assists. Let's run it. Scotty. He's projected for 10.3 on a line of 11.5. I don't love that. They're saying take the over, according to the juice from the sports books, but the first projection was rather low. Second projection's got him at 12, slightly more than the 11.5. So we got one side over, one side under. And then last but not least, Scotty Barnes is going to be at 6.6 boards, plus another 4.8 assists, putting him at 11.4. So slightly less than his line on PrizePicks. So I'm going to leave him alone. He could stay right there in the gulag. I ain't touching him. Jordan Poole, 4.5 assists. 4.5 assists for JP. 53.6% chance that he drops 5 dimes. But what's weird is you've also got his rebounds and assists at 8.5 for the under. So you got 2 ways you could go here. Assists on their own, over. Rebounds and assists together, under. Let's look at both for Jordan Poole. We'll start with the rebounds and assists since it's already pulled up here. He's projected for 8.9 of those, so that's more than his line of 8.5. Probably not going to go there. The assists on their own, though, are interesting. 4.9 projected assists on a line of 4.5, so that's an overplay. Let's go with that. Let's move forward and check another projection. 4.7 assists on a line of 4.5. Here's his rebounds and assists. They're at exactly 8.5 on RotoWire, so the rebounds and assists just aren't looking good enough for me. And then last, you got him on number fire at 5.1. So most of the projection models have Jordan Poole going over 4.5 assists, and it is a plus EV play. Nearly 54% chance for him to go over 4.5 dimes. Armando says, I've never known Jordan Poole to pass the ball well. Did you see what happened the last game? I mean, they got blown out. Maybe something changes for him tonight. We take it game by game, but hey, if you know ball and you feel like your knowledge of basketball is sharper than these projection models and these lines that are set by the lines makers on your favorite sports books, well then, hey man, maybe you're in the wrong profession. Maybe Jordan Poole doesn't go for 4.5 assists, but mathematically speaking, it is a good play. Plus EV, projected well. What more do you want? You know, what more can you ask for? But fade it. You don't have to take it. That's the great thing. I'm not holding a gun to anybody's head. Don't take anything you don't like. It's your money. Bet responsibly, my friends. I'll take it though, and I will live with the results, good or bad. But you don't have to take it. If you scared, go to church. You hear me, Armando? Go to church, brother. Church is tomorrow though. There's some churches that run on Saturday, I've heard. This is the church of Curry today, though. We're preaching about player props. That's what today's message is, guys. We're talking player props on PrizePicks. Let's see. Here's one. Beef Stew, also on a back-to-back tonight. Isaiah Stewart's at 11.5 points. We haven't seen his name pop up yet. Over a 53.5% chance that Isaiah Stewart goes under 11.5 points. Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer just updated itself. So yeah, now you've got Siakam at 5 assists like he was last night. If he's limited, I'm cool with us taking the under. So yeah, he was at 4.5. He just got bumped up to 5. I'm gonna actually flip the pick on that. I'm gonna go less now that he's at 5 assists. There's rumors that he might be limited today. He wasn't projecting a whole lot higher than 5. I think he was like right around 4.5 to 5 on most of these sites. So now the optimizer says take the under on Siakam at 5 assists. That's where he was last night. I took the under on the 5 last night, and it ended up, or actually he was at 5.5, but I took the under on 5.5, and he ended up going under anyway. So I'm gonna flip that one to an under play. BI, you got Brandon Ingram, 36.5 PRA. I don't know what happened to Isaiah Stewart in those points. They disappeared. I don't know. He disappeared off the optimizer. Maybe he got bumped or something down to 11. Stuff be bumping, y'all. They be bumping. But anyway, Anthony Edwards over 3.5 assists. We talked about his points not projecting so well, so maybe he ends up as more of a facilitator tonight going up against Miami. We've also got Brandon Ingram at 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists for the under. So let's look at Ant over 3.5 and or Brandon Ingram under 36.5 PRA real quick. We'll start with Anthony Edwards and those assists. First projection's got him at 4.3 dimes on a line of 3.5, so that's a good one. It's looking good so far. Second projection's got Anthony Edwards, 3.5, a 3.74. So that's a slight over, closer to 4 than it is 3. So we cool with that. And then the last projection's got Anthony Edwards at exactly 4 dimes. So 4 or more against the Heat tonight. And we are looking at a payday here for Anthony Edwards. Like I said, the projections for his points didn't look so good. So if they're locking him up, man, you know, he's going to have the ball in his hands. You know his usage is going to be high. There's no doubt about that. Maybe he's more of a facilitator, pass-first type of player tonight rather than a score-first type of player. He's going to take a lot of shots, though. AI style. Shout out to Jada. Anyway, Pascal Siakam, we could drop him. I'll just drop him. You could take him if you still want him, but I'll drop him for now just because it could tie or push. I'm not into that. I like clean wins, clean losses. So we'll replace him with Anthony Edwards at 3.5 assists. So we got 5 picks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could stop there if you want, make it a 10X, or we could look for that elusive 6th pick and go for the 25X home run hit. I have a feeling you guys want to go for the home run, right? 6 for 6. Tyus Jones under 7.5 assists against the Washington Wizards. So we've seen Jordan Poole for more than 4.5 assists, but his backcourt mate, Tyus Jones, they're saying take the under here. So that kind of correlates well, right? You got Poole for more, Tyus Jones for less. So maybe they expect Jordan Poole to drop just a couple more dimes and Tyus Jones to drop a couple fewer than he typically would. Let's look at Tyus real quick. 7.4 is the first projection that we have here, slightly less than 7.5. Cool with that. Second projection for Tyus Jones, 6.1. So we've got a floor now established of 6.1. We've got a ceiling of about 7.4 on a couple of these different projection models. And then we've got a third projection, which has him at 6.2. Again, less than his line, which is 7.5. So I think we can make that our 6th and final pick. Poole for more than 4.5 with his teammate Tyus under 7.5. Again, take what you want. Leave the rest for me. I'm going to go and put my $12 in promo from last night from our play from yesterday's show that went 4 out of 6. We got $12 back in promo credit. I'll put the $12 back in play on these 6 for a chance at 300 bones. 300 bones. So this is what we got. Evan Mobley more than 28.5 PRA. Walker Kessler for more than 1.5 block shots. Jakob Poeltl for more than 0.5 block shots. Jordan Poole for more than 4.5 assists. Anthony Edwards for more than 3.5 assists. And Tyus Jones for less than 7.5 assists. So those are the 6. You don't have to take any of them. But if you'd like to be in the same boat with me, this is what we're riding with. All right? And may the waves and the wind be at our backs. And hopefully it pushes us to a big 25X payday. Yesterday was awesome, though. Let's just run through some of these winning 2 picks that I put together. We had Anthony and Burks. These were all posted for Dub Club members. I'll drop the link for the Dub Club again in the chat for you guys. And then I'll start tackling some of these super chats that you guys are sending me. Thank you for the super chats, by the way. But we had Anthony over 19.5 PRA with Alec Burks for more than 10.5. That one hit. Zach LaVine under. Fantasy score, Fultz under points and rebounds. That one hit. Kuminga over 9.5 points with Tatum under 14.5 rebounds and assists. This one was supposed to be Siakam 5.5 assists for less. I screwed up. I picked the wrong one. And then the game went to overtime and he shot another 3. This should have been another winning ticket, though. But Ben Simmons over 20.5 PRA hit. Jaylen Brown over 25.5 points and rebounds. Bridges under 27.5 points hit. And then we had Bridges for less than 34.5 PRA with Jason Tatum less on his original line of 41 points, rebounds, and assists. And then this was yesterday's 4 out of 6 that we had We had Butler under PR here on the show. We had Tillman over fantasy score, Kobe White over points and rebounds, and we had Spencer Dinwiddie over 16.5 points and rebounds. We got hooked by Asar Thompson, one more point or assist, and we would have had ourselves a 2x payday on our protected play. Tyler Herro, as I mentioned, was just too damn good. Oh yeah, and I had this one too. Jamal Murray under PRA, Trey Jones over 2.5 rebounds. So huge day yesterday in the Dub Club, guys. Highly recommend it. 67 cents per day, posting winning picks for you daily, saving you time on your research, offering you even more than what I can here on YouTube. Picks are posted directly to Discord. As you can see, we are up over 140 units year to date. Our NBA player prop record sitting at 34-11. That's 34 winning picks, only 11 losing picks posted to Dub Club members this NBA season. So check it out. I just dropped the link in the description. Let's get to your questions. Let's get to your super chats. And I appreciate, once again, all those super chats that you guys have bestowed upon me today. Carson says, the best in the game right here is Curry. You know it. Thank you, Carson. 116 likes. You guys are the real MVPs. I don't care what anybody says. All right, let's start with our guy, Everyday Fantasy. He mentioned Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz at 9.5 rebounds and assists. Markkanen, another guy who is on a back-to-back. Lots of back-to-backs today, folks. Fatigue could be an issue. Maybe these guys aren't up to par yet when it comes to their conditioning. It is still early on in the NBA season. Guy like Lauri Markkanen had a weird off season. He served in the military in, I believe he's Swedish, right? In the Swedish military, he served his duty there. It's required, I guess, by law that he did that. But kind of a weird off season for Lauri Markkanen. Anyway, he's at 9.5 rebounds and assists. You got a 51% chance of him going over this line. So Everyday Fantasy like the over. It is a plus EV play for him to go over the 9.5 rebounds and assists. So let's look at it together. Now that we know that the play is a plus EV play, let's look at some projections. And Fantasy Labs got a really nice one for him, despite the fact that he is on a back-to-back, despite the fact that he's going to be dealing with the likes of Yusuf Nurkic on the Phoenix Suns side of things. A 10.8 projected rebound and assist number for Markkanen. So that's a pretty big over, 1.3 difference from his line to the projection. Checking a second projection for you folks. We've got him here on Roto Wire at 11, we'll call it. We'll just round that up to 11 rebounds and assists. That's a pretty big projected over. So that's looking pretty good here for Lauri Markkanen thus far. 2 of 2. Very nice projections on Markkanen to go over his line. And then last but not least, 8.4 rebounds plus another 2 dimes puts him at 10.4. So Markkanen at 9.5 rebounds and assists is looking rather sexy. I can't disagree with you, Everyday Fantasy. I think it's looking like a very solid option. Let's go ahead and place new entry. Let's go Lauri Markkanen. Is he still up there at 9.5? He sure is. So boom. Projecting well across 3 different models. It is a plus EV play over a 51% chance of hitting. So that could be the start of another entry if we dare, if we do find enough picks. So again, appreciate the super chat, Mr. Everyday Fantasy. That's our guy, Don P. For those of you who are in the Discord, in the Dub Club, Don P, you know what he does, man. He's one of our goats in our Discord. Anthony Ruiz is liking some Perdomo over 0.5 total bases and Ketel Marte over 6.5 fantasy score. So if you don't recognize those names, that's probably because you're not watching baseball or not into baseball. But sounds like our guy, Mr. Ruiz here, is liking Ketel Marte. You said for fantasy score, hitter fantasy score, to go over. Going up against Jordan Montgomery tonight. Isn't that who's on the mound for the Texas Rangers? And then you're also liking Perdomo to reach base at least once. So 1 total base or more for Perdomo. Boom. Cool. Well, I'm not going to get into the weeds too much on these baseball picks, but I know you and I trust you, and that's good enough for me. So we'll throw those 2 in there. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a mixed sport entry. We'll do a little NBA, a little bit of MLB. Mally's coming through saying, Finnish. There you go. Finland. Is he Finnish? Not Swedish. Finnish. Okay. I mean, is it really that different? Finland and Sweden? I don't know. But yeah, he served in the military. By law, I guess he had to do that. So, crazy. Mike says, I just hopped into the Dub Club but can't see every channel. Is that because of the free trial period? No, sir. No, that's because you have not connected your Discord and Dub Club yet. You need to do that. Connect the 2 and you should get full access to all channels. Pretty easy process. But DM me in Discord if you have any trouble with that. All right, so we got a little mixed entry that we're building out here. Lauri Markkanen, Kettle Marte, and Geraldo Perdomo. Those were provided to us by Anthony Ruiz. And our last super chat was Jalen Duren of the Detroit Pistons. It looks like Travis, shout out to Travis for the super chat. Travis is liking Duren to go over his blocks and assists line. Let's peep that one real quick. Jalen Duren, big double-double for him last night. He played really well against Charlotte. Today, you're liking him over 1.5 blocks and steals. So I know the other night he was not favored to go over 1.5 blocks and steals, but still defied the odds, literally defied the odds, and went over 1.5 blocks and steals, despite the fact that people were betting the under, that the juice was on the under on the 1.5. So here he is again today at 1.5 blocks and steals, but he's looking like an underplay. The EV option is to take the under. That's the way that you should go, I guess they're saying. So let's run some projections on this, because this could be one that projects well, even though it's not the most plus EV friendly play. And sure enough, he is at 1.9 blocks and steals tonight, going up against the Chicago Bulls. Okay, so even though it's not a plus EV play, it is a really well projected play at 1.9. That's almost 2. And of course, 2 or more blocks and steals get you paid if you plan on taking the over. Now, I would not say to take this play on a site like PrizePicks, where your payouts are fixed. In other words, there's no benefit for you to take the over on a minus EV, or to take a minus EV play on PrizePicks. They don't pay you any more for taking minus EV plays. Now, if you're on one of these other sites or sports books where you get rewarded for taking plays that are minus EV, where there's plus odds, and in this case, this is a plus odds play for Jalen Duren over 1.5 blocks and steals, more power to you. Take it there, because you get paid more. If he does actually collect 2 blocks and steals, you'll get paid more. But on PrizePicks, doesn't make any sense. So if you're a PrizePicks player, disregard this. This is not a play that I would recommend on PrizePicks because of the fixed payout format. But anyway, he is projected for 1.7 blocks and steals here on RotoWire. And then taking a quick peek over on NumberFire, Jalen Duren's going to be at 0.8 for the steals, 1.1 for the blocks, putting him at 1.9 combined 1.9 blocks and steals. So most of these projection models do have Duren closer to 2 blocks, but yeah, unless this line ends up flipping at some point throughout the day, unless it goes from being a plus EV option for the under to a plus EV option for the over, I would say don't take it on PrizePicks, if that makes sense. Hopefully I explained that thoroughly and efficiently. All right, so I think I've taken care of everybody who left a super chat. I know that there's a whole bunch of other questions that are kind of floating around in the chat. I just want to say thank you again for getting us to over 100 likes on yet another live stream. I also want to say that if you're not subscribed yet, get subscribed. We're at 10,578 subs at this point, so love to see that type of traction. Love to see that type of support. And yeah, Dub Club's been rolling, man. We are absolutely on fire. I'm going to keep hammering that home because, listen, I want to help you guys win. I don't want you guys tailing Drewski's picks in the PrizePicks app. I don't want you guys tailing the Nelk Boys picks in the PrizePicks app. I don't want to see you guys tailing Andrew Schultz pick in the PrizePicks app. Listen, those guys are great at what they do. They're funny as hell. They're entertaining. I can't trust Meek Mill with my money. Not when it comes to making sports betting picks. And I don't think you should either. I just don't. I don't think those guys are profitable. I don't think those guys are making a lot of money on PrizePicks. I think they're plants. You know what a plant is? They're planted there because of their large following. They're planted there so that you tail them. And I ain't going to say lose, but you ain't winning. All right? Please don't tail those picks in the promotions tab. We can do better, folks. I can do better. I guarantee I hit at a much higher rate than all those guys combined. Okay? All right, you guys are saying that the Zion Williamson pick is up on the PrizePicks board. Let's go find out what that's looking like. Let's do the number crunching behind this one. He's at 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists over here on PrizePicks. He barely cleared this line in his last game against Memphis with 33 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's see how this one's projecting today. You can see it on the optimizer, first and foremost, that it's got about 77% chance of him going over his 31.5 PRA line. This is the discounted line. So almost a 77% chance of him going over. Should you play it? I think you should. I think if I told you that I have a pick for you that's got a chance of hitting, you play it 4 times, 3 out of 4 times it's going to hit essentially, right? More than 3 out of 4 times this pick will hit for you. I think you would say, yeah, I will put my money on that, right? 76.7%, 76.8% chance of hitting. I think you're taking that, right? I'll be taking it. You're getting true odds of minus 486 of him going over 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So yes, it is very much a plus EV play. Is it a guarantee that it hits? No, because this would say 100% chance to hit, not 76.89% chance if it was a guarantee or a lock, as you guys like to say. It's not a lock. It's not a lock. There are no locks. We know that Taco Tuesday is not even a lock. Okay, so it's not guaranteed that it's going to hit. There's still risk involved here. But at almost a 77% chance of coming through clutch for us with 32 or more PRA, should you take it? Yeah, I think you should take it. Mathematically speaking, yes, you should probably take it. Now let's run some projections on it. Now that we've established that it is a plus EV play, what's it projecting like? What are these models saying that Zion will end up with tonight for his points, rebounds, and assists? The first projection is 34.4. He's at 31.5. So there you go. Almost 3 PRA different, right? Now this projection right here, dude, 31 PRA. That ain't what we want to see. That's not a good projection. So like I said, you're gonna have some risk involved here. It's not a lock. This one projection model provided by RotoWire, way under on the original line, and it's slightly under on the discounted line. Now let's see what number Fire has him at. 23.4 points, another 6.5 boards plus 4.1 dimes. That puts him at 34, which is more than 31.5. So yeah. I think we roll the dice. As I said, you've got a 3 out of 4 chance. We play this 4 times, 3 out of 4 times, more than 3 out of 4 times, it should hit for us based on the numbers behind the pick. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to kick these baseball guys out. Let's just make a 2-pick power play. Lauri Markkanen, over 9.5 rebounds and assists. That one was provided to us by Everyday Fantasy. Shout out to you for that pick. And then I'll put him with Zion Williamson over 31.5 PRA. We'll just make this one a 2-pick power play. And I think 25 is going to be the max per use. So I'll throw those 2 in a 2-pick. So to recap, I know somebody said they just got here. We got Marketing over 9.5 rebounds and assists, projecting well. It's a plus EV play. This is the Zion discount. Now, if you would prefer to take Zion discount with one of these other 6 picks that we've already discussed, you can do that as well. We took Evan Mobley over 28.5 PRA, Kessler over 1.5 blocks, Pirtle over 0.5 blocks, Jordan Poole for over 4.5 assists. His teammate, Tyus Jones, under 7.5 assists. So we're hoping for more dimes dropped by Poole, less dimes dropped by Tyus Jones. And then we got Ant-Man for more than 3.5 assists going up against the tough Miami Heat team. There you go. I'm tailing Kodak Black today. Just joined the Blueface Discord. My God, George, please don't do that. Steven Fernandez, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Guys, we've been at this now for a little over an hour. I think with there not being any more super chats for me to get to, that we gonna get up out of here, man. I think that's gonna be it for today. But here's 8 picks. 8 picks. Here's 6. Here's 2 more. Hit the like button on your way out. I will one more time, leave the Dub Club link for you guys in the live chat. It's $20 a month, 67 cents per day. We went 15-1 on yesterday's picks. 15-1 on yesterday's picks, bringing our year-to-date or season-to-date total for NBA picks to 34 wins with 11 losing picks. 34 wins and 11 losing picks. That's over 75% hit rate to start this young NBA season. And then you get a scorecard here provided by Pickett. Pickett's free. You can check that out on my Dub Club. I've left a link. Join Pickett. They'll pay you $3 when you join, and they'll pay me $3 when I join, or when you join. And then you can start tracking your bets on Pickett. But we're up over 140 units year to date. Thanks to Pickett for making tracking my bets that much easier. But that's it, man. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you guys in the Dub Club, in the Discord. I'll be posting more picks for you later on this afternoon, okay? Be good. Peace.